assessment for the mental issues.
And they were told over and over again. I wrote the court officials, the probation officers, everyone was told that he had these issues and problems. They did nothing about it. Okay, his attorney brought paperwork to the court, Mike Monk.
Yeah, because we gave him the paperwork with all the.
Nobody did anything about it.
it.
So we keep going, you guys keep blaming this stuff, but you just keep holding him up as an example and punishing him, and we never try to find out what's the problem here.
Put people in jail when they violate conditions, when they do something against the law. We don't willy-nilly put people in jail for s and giggles. We don't do that here.
So why is
If
there?
someone has a true problem, then we give them the opportunity to try to do things on their own. When it becomes evident that they're unable to, that's when we try to step in. I don't do this out of hate.
Outside of, he, we know that he has a problem, but outside of that, like he has a felony charge, they aren't giving these bond requirements. And this misdemeanor court is giving these bond requirements, when the felony court is not. So.
I can't tell you what the felony court, I want to make sure that he's not using alcohol or drugs.
It has nothing to do with this case.
How do you know that?
Judge, there are facts in this case that do indicate that there were crack pipes recovered from the defendant. And that's most likely why.
How do you know that he's charged with a felony assault? He's charged with interference with emergency request for assistance. How do you know that the drugs and alcohol that are using did not impact this?
Because he was sound asleep. All right, and she stuck a machete through his TV.
Not the
She, okay, I know, we're not
No,
supposed
I
to
mean,
talk about it. I apologize.
look.
That just feels very wrong.
I know that you see through the eyes of a loving father, and I'm not going to fault you for that. I get it, and I understand that. And I'm sorry. I really am. But I think that the best thing for him now is in a facility that he doesn't have access to drugs or alcohol. And I'm trying to do my best to keep him clean and sober. He tried to fool us now by using a Whizzinator.
This is why he didn't want to come in here. He would rather be run, that's why he didn't want to come back.
Okay, and you can't run forever, Mr. Terrell.
I know, I tell, but.
So it's better to man up and get it done now than to run forever and do some irreparable damage by taking something that you kill yourself, right? Because that's invariably what's going to happen. The dope that you're using, you're going to kill yourself. He can barely open his eyes, man. This
boy, I'm listening to everything you're saying, sir.
You're so high right now, you can barely open your eyes.
I'm not high at all, actually. I'm sober. So,
In a tense courtroom exchange, a father pleads for understanding, insisting his son's struggles were ignored despite repeated warnings. Officials, however, maintain that accountability is necessary. The judge emphasizes that consequences are not punishment, but a response to actions, aiming to balance justice with an opportunity for rehabilitation and change.
at this point, I'm already in handcuffs, so it really doesn't fucking matter what I say.
No, he's not. I know, we've been with him for 2 days.
And I'm going to ask you, just bear with me. I'm trying to do the best I can to keep him clean and sober so he doesn't pick up new cases.
You haven't revoked his bond, is what he's asking.
Yes, I'm revoking his bond. I'm setting it at 20,004 right now. But if you bond him out, that's your choice. But I'm going to continue with the same things that I'm doing. And I'm now going to have him come twice a week to test with me. And the next time he tests positive, and I don't care what it is, the bond is going to end up even higher than it is. And at some point, we're going to address the issue. But I'm not going to continue to let you use drugs while you're out there in the free world. That's it. Huh? Yeah. Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to evaluate to see which one is the best one. They have mental health caseloads. They have the first thing that needs to happen is we have to have him evaluate, speak to a clinician. They can tell us which the best path to go forward. They may say he needs intensive outpatient treatment. They may say he needs SATF, which is an inpatient facility. I don't know until we have him evaluated. But understand, I like your son. I want the best for him. I really, truly, and he doesn't get it.
No, because we watched on TikTok him being in front of your court, you know, and we're going, what the heck is that doing on TikTok, you know?
I live stream all our proceedings, and that's what we do. So it adds transparency. So
I'm gonna have to excuse myself.
Please go. You're not making it easy.
I'm not helping, I know.
look, you're not making us mad, and I understand how you feel, and I get the loving father. I would be in the same position as you, but I want to keep him clean and sober. That's the bottom line. I've tried to do it the other way. It's not happening, and he's fooling us. So the only recourse I have is this. So if we can set it to your as ASAP, hopefully we can have the report back by Friday, at the latest Monday. They will tell us which is the correct course to go, and then we can all sit and talk and decide what to do. You know, at the end of the day, if you want me to just do nothing and
I'd rather you help him.
you know, if you want me to let him go and just
Yeah.
fend for himself, then it's on you.
I'd rather
But
you help him.
know this, is that what you guys are doing now, it's not working. He's slowly killing himself, as evidenced by his demeanor, the way he looks. He's killing himself slowly. And before long, he's going to really deteriorate I've seen it happen all too much. All right.
And Judge, before we end this conversation with this defendant, I've spoken at pretrial about the records that they have about the defendant and what he did today. I'd like to obtain those records and get those provided to defense counsel as well, and provide that to felony. They're willing to provide that to me upon your oral consent to that. Okay, pretrial, do you hear that? Okay, great. Thank you, Judge.
So get him in more trouble.
No one's in more trouble. I mean, do you not see what I'm trying to do? If we wanted to put him in more trouble, we charge him with additional offenses.
Isn't that what he's trying to do?
No. We're not here to punish and enslave and to kill. We're here to help. And sometimes that may require this.
As arguments intensify, the court examines the deeper issue, substance abuse and its impact on behavior. The judge stresses that intervention becomes necessary when individuals fail to help themselves. Despite the family's concerns, the system pushes for structured evaluation, believing professional treatment may offer the only path toward recovery and stability.
Out there, it's not working.
Do I have your word that it's not going to come back?
No, I don't make the charging decisions. I'm not going to give you any kind of word. I'm going to give you my word that I'm going to try to help him as much as I can. But I need your help with that as well. I need your help with that as well. Look, I don't want to have any discussions until with the case, with anything as well. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Just about giving the records to Mr. Haddad. Hold on a second. Until he talks to his lawyer, we shouldn't talk about the case at all. My only concern now is being clean and sober. That's my only concern at this point. Okay? So we're going to take him back. We'll have him TRAS as soon as possible. We can set it for Friday. Hopefully we can have the records back by then as far as what the thing is. And we'll go from there. Okay?
Judge?
Yasha.
Yes, when can I come back to follow up on this matter? Can I come back tomorrow?
When can we have him TRAS?
Monday, because he has to be processed today. So,
Wait, come on, man.
I can see if somebody can come to hold over.
What day you say?
I'm just trying to keep this stuff out of evidence, so.
And so let's say we take him in now, he gets processed today, he's in POP tomorrow.
Not talking phone.
If it doesn't get processed before tomorrow, then yes, we'll stay there. Let's do Tuesday, just to be safe and have the report.
Next Tuesday.
If it's back sooner,
Oh, you mean for the report to be back? Oh, okay. But I'm talking the actual evaluation. When do you think? Maybe Wednesday? Friday?
because it has to be processed. I don't know how long it's gonna take.
Private
to
issue.
process.
Okay, all right. Okay. I'm gonna try to have him evaluated as quick as possible. Hopefully we can have it done by Friday and the report back by Monday or Tuesday, okay? I'm gonna put him back now. So Yasha, if you'd like, we'll have you call the holdover so you can talk to Mr. Terrell now. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Judge, I confirm whatever Mr. Terrell just said, about the fact that he needs help. He needs to use his medication. I believe that if he does start using the medication, it will help his situation. I don't think jail time or incarceration is the solution. I really think that he needs help with his medication and some sort of rehab.
The courtroom shifts toward resolution, focusing on evaluation and future steps. While the family fears harsher consequences, the judge clarifies that the goal is not punishment, but prevention of further harm. With medical assessment pending, the case highlights a difficult balance between personal freedom, accountability, and the urgent need for intervention.
To get out of the situation he is in right now. I am actively working on both cases, the misdemeanor and the felony. I have provided some evidence to the felony prosecutors about the situation, and I'll keep checking back with them. If I have to go every day, I will.
Okay, and I trust that you will, Yasha, but unfortunately, due to him bringing a Whizzinator into the drug testing room to try to, fool us, it's unacceptable. And I'm going to revoke his bond because of it. We're going to keep him. We'll try to have him, TRAS as quick as possible to see how we go forward.
Yes, and let's get him TRAS, and then I will look at the report and I will discuss it with him and his family, okay?
Look, at a minimum, the TRAS will tell us which way they believe is the best course of action. I will leave it to you guys to decide whether you want to do it or not. If you don't want to do it, if you just want to, let him out and fend for himself, it's up to you guys. I will offer my services to you for free. If you want it, it's available to you. If you don't want it, then it's on you guys. Okay?
You need to take pills.
Let's not talk about everything now. Let's just,
Judge, did you say
well,
what?
hold on.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
I want to know what,
Yes, Judge.
do you want everything? Why do you want all that?
So, Judge, that's,
To further charge?
I'm not going to personally charge Judge, but I think that the state has a right to know about this if he's violating bond conditions for our purposes. I don't know what it's going to be used for yet, but I think that the state and defense have a right to have this information, Judge.
No. I know. I don't want to add further fuel to the fire and damage. I don't think it's fair.
How is that not, Judge? He's violating your conditions and
he's going in there now.
I understand, but you don't think that the state has a right to this information?
I don't know. Let me look into it. I'll get back to you on
Yes,
it.
Judge.
I'll get back to you.
Disrespect the court. I defer to your judgment.
I understand.
I believe that.
Let me talk about it and then I'll get back to you
Yes, Judge.
tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it.
You file a written motion.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, do you want me to stop by tomorrow?
Yes, stop by and we'll talk about it as well. Okay?
Okay. And I will contact Mr. Terrell. Thank you.
Okay.